Greetings to you, the lucky founder of this golden ticket from Mr. Willy Wonka. Present this ticket at the factory gates at 10 o'clock in the morning of the first day of October, and do not be late. You may bring with you one member of your own family and only one, but no one else. In your wildest dreams, you could not imagine the marvelous surprises that awaits you. Charlie, you've done it! I got a golden ticket. Yes, guys, this is the actual golden ticket from the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory 4K box set. It really is gold. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Why am I reviewing this movie? Because we got Wonka coming out next week, and leading up to this awesome prequel that I had really good reviews for, I'm very excited for the movie with Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka, I decided to review the 1971 classic. This movie is directed by Mel Stuart, and this movie came out in 1971. It is based on a very popular book by Roald Dahl named Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and this film stars Gene Wilder as the iconic Willy Wonka. Man, I'm actually really excited to review this movie because Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is definitely one of the biggest points of my childhood. I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the book itself. I remember reading that book at school. And this movie, of course, is nostalgic. It's definitely a movie that's part of my childhood. But the funny thing enough, this wasn't the first Charlie and the Chocolate Factory adaptation I've seen. Yes, I've saw this film first. Yeah, of course, this movie tells a story of a boy named Charlie Bucket who lives with his very poor family in this town, and he discovers this really huge factory that's in his town that is run by Mr. Willy Wonka, the candy inventor. With the factory being closed for ages, now it started working again, and Willy Wonka himself decides to give 5 lucky winners a tour of his factory. He sends out 5 golden tickets to each of the people, and when they get a tour from the factory, of course, they get a huge prize. And Charlie, of course, wants the golden ticket, and after he won the golden ticket, he definitely won the adventure of his lifetime. Man, I got so many things to say about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because, man, this movie still holds up to this day. This is definitely one of my favorite movies of all time, and this is also one of my favorite musicals of all time. But let's talk about the characters in this movie because, man, this film has such a brilliant casting, and the cast in this movie performed brilliantly. Let's talk about Charlie Bucket, first of all, played by Peter Ostrum. Very underrated kid actor. This is actually the only movie he's actually been in. And his role as Charlie in this film, he is fantastic in this film. Compared to Freddie Highmore in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, this Charlie acts like a normal kid. There are times where he's sad, there are times where he's angry, there are times where he's very happy. He played a very realistic kid, and Peter Ostrum does a brilliant job as Charlie. He's such a delightful character in this film. You root for him to get a golden ticket because you can tell he really wants destiny because he lives with his poor family. His grandparents been living in the bed for 20 freaking years. The family doesn't have enough money, so of course you feel very sympathy for Charlie for the world he's been living in. Also, Grandpa Joe, played by Jack Albertson. What a role right here. This is definitely one of my favorite characters in this movie because he's of course a sweet loving grandpa. He definitely loves Charlie. They have an excellent chemistry with one another. But there's also really dark sensitive things about Grandpa Joe. He's very narcissist, he's very stubborn in this film. He does some dumb decisions in this film. He got out of bed even though he has been in bed for 20 years and somehow he's okay. You can tell that Grandpa Joe is a narcissist in the film, and I love that about him in this film. But Jack Albertson definitely brings a lot of delight in the film. He's so fun in this film. And again, the chemistry between him and Charlie is great. It's a great buddy chemistry between them two. Also, some underrated performances as well in this film. Charlie's mother in this film that doesn't get much talk or credited because she plays one of the most realistic characters in this film. With Grandpa Joe giving Charlie expectations saying, follow your dreams, his mom is much more realistic saying, you might not be lucky, but one day there will be a destiny upon you. And I just like Charlie's mom in the film. You get her character, she's absolutely right from most of this film. She plays a sweet mother, but also a very realistic mother in this film. Let's also talk about the rest of the kids in this film, from Augustus Gloop, Father Beauregard, Veruca Salt, and Mike TV. These 4 kids are fantastic in their roles, but the 2 actually stand out for me. One of them is Julie Dawn Gold as Veruca Salt. She is fantastic playing this bitchy, spoiled girl. She is so fantastic in this role. She looked like she had the most fun out of all the kids in this film. Daddy, I want an Oompa Loompa. Daddy, I want a golden goose. Gooses. Geeses. Just everything about her role, she is fantastic in the film. And another one that no one ever talks about. Paris Themmen as Mike TV. Another character that looks like he had so much fun playing this role. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am related to his character except I'm not a dick or anything. He loves TV. I can see him growing up becoming a professional film critic or a TV actor or anything. I can feel related to that. But of course, the one that stands out of this entire movie, of course, you cannot talk about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory without talking about Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. This is absolutely the role that puts Gene Wilder on the map. Yeah, he was in Young Frankenstein, he's a fantastic actor, but come on, Willy Wonka is definitely his signature role. On one side, he's very charming, he's fun, he's enthusiastic, but at the same time, he is a person that you don't know if you can trust throughout some parts of the film. There are some parts that he is menacing, he is torturous at times, he's insultative as well, but that's what I love about Gene Wilder in this film. You don't know who his character is until the very end of the film, and the reasonings why he is like that. Basically, the whole film, he knows what he's doing. He is basically planning everything all the way through, and yes, it is pretty dark if you remembered it. But come on, Gene Wilder brings such a delight to this role, and oh my god, him as Willy Wonka, I would just say he is Willy Wonka. He knows how to perform this role very, very well. Of course, let's talk about the songs in this film, because Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory has some of the best songs that I've heard in the musical, from the Candyman, from Cheer Up Charlie, which I think is one of the most underrated songs in the film. A lot of people didn't get that song credit. I've Got a Golden Ticket, I Want It Now. There's so many great songs in this film, but of course, two stands out. One of them, of course, is the iconic song in this movie, Pure Imagination, sung by Gene Wilder himself. Such a great song, still holds up to this day. The lyrics are fantastic, the music melodies are fantastic.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination.
If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Just such a great song. And of course, Oompa Loompa. Just come on.
Oompa Loompa, Doompa-dee-doo. I've got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa, Doompa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
The Oompa Loompas in this film are awesome. Every time they sing in the film, they always bring a huge smile to my face. I just love the production design as well in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The look of the factory looks fantastic in this film, and it provides some really fantastic scenes from the chocolate room, from the inventing room, from the golden geese room, from the bubbles room. That's a fun scene, but pretty dark at the exact same time, the TV room. But of course, one of the most iconic scenes in the movie that frightens kids all around the world is the tunnel scene. Holy shit, come on, the tunnel scene. You can't have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory without this terrifying, unnecessary in a good way, tunnel scene.
There's no earthly way of knowing
He's singing.
which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing or which way the river's flowing.
I would also say this movie has one of the most iconic endings that I've seen in the film as well, with one of the most famous outburst scenes in the film ever.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
A fact about that scene, Gene Wilder himself didn't even want to do the scene because he doesn't want to scare Peter, who plays Charlie in the film. It just shows that Gene Wilder is a completely different person out of Willy Wonka's body. But with the ending with the glass elevator telling Charlie that he owns the factory, he won the test, with that iconic last line in movies ever that always makes me smile every single time.
But Charlie, don't forget what happened to the man who suddenly got everything he always wanted.
What happened?
He lived happily ever after.
everything that you wanted from a fun family movie. But even though it is a fun family film, it does have some dark elements like I mentioned. The whole adventure in the factory is such a delight, and Mel Stuart directed this movie very, very well. This film is fun, it's charming, it's a freaking classic that still holds up. I saw this movie in 35mm in the Sun Theater once, and it just felt magic. It felt like I'm back in the time when this movie was released. Come on, guys. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a goddamn classic. I love this movie so much, still to this day, from kid to adult. It's definitely a movie that holds up. I'll definitely show my kids this film one day, because come on, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory has everything you want from a classic family movie right here. I'm very excited for Wonka after this movie, because rewatching this movie was such a delight. So overall, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory brings everything that I want from a family film. Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka is iconic as hell, with the kids in the film, including Charlie Bucket, who is fantastic. Grandpa Joe is awesome. Just the story of the film, it's just a delightful watch, and it's very nostalgic, and I'm absolutely going to give Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory an A+. Man, I am so excited for Wonka after this movie, and yep, I might as well review Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So guys, that is my review for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.
Do-ba-dee-doo.